Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my kitchen. You're in the kitchen with KK. We're going to have more fun today talking about National Sardine Day. Yes, there is a National Sardine Day. I didn't know that, but it happens to be November 24th. Don't really think about sardines in the fall, but they're really, really important. You probably heard about them. So let's get on with this. People that are just tuning in that don't already know me, I'm a functional integrative health coach. I like to get to the root cause of disease and heal that with real food. And you can. That's how I changed my whole health over 15 years ago in just 3 days. So we're going to be looking at the components of why sardines are so good for you. Now, you might think, oh, a little bit too fishy. However, great source of the omega-3s that particularly reduce inflammation in the body. Now, some people have heard of taking cod liver oil. If I buy one, I'll buy the Carson brand. I'll keep it in the refrigerator. You need to make sure it's done and produced properly. They mostly come from Norway, and but the EPA, great for reducing that inflammation. So it's heart friendly. All right. Inflammation is the major cause of heart disease. It's a cardiometabolic issue that we have today. So we know that inflammation plays a big role, and you know that everything I do is watching inflammation in the body, getting rid of those primary inflammatory components, especially gluten, dairy, all of the seed oils, and other things. So we're going to talk about that. DHA, fantastic for your brain. Cognitive health is all over the map today. So the DHA, we need loads of that to help to, it actually mimics the cellular components of the brain. So it helps to feed it, to reduce inflammation, because they're calling any type of Alzheimer's and cognitive decline. It's really a type 3 diabetes. It's inflammation of the brain. So everything roots back to inflammation. And the other big problem that we have in the fish area today, and problem with being a pescatarian, you need to know what fishes are high in mercury. So sardines happen to be low in mercury. So do beautiful bay scallops, the wild caught salmon. Most of the salmon you're getting in a restaurant is not wild caught. So take precautions in your own hand. Order the best quality, have it in your refrigerator. But that's not a main concern at a restaurant. Their concern is selling you food. So let's just look at the back now, because you're going to get in a serving, and I believe that one can is a serving here. Yes, one serving. So inexpensive way to get almost 20 grams of protein and over 1,800 milligrams of your EPA and DHA. So that's really excellent. Now, if you want to supercharge that, just 1 teaspoon has 1,100 milligrams of that in cod liver oil. Yeah, it doesn't taste so great. Mix it with some lemon. You know, we've got lemon here. We've got other things, and we're going to make this sardine poke incredible, and it's super, super duper easy. So you might start to like it. Sardines also, and mackerel, also you're going to get a really great source of vitamin D, because you get the bones in there and everything. Calcium, iron, potassium, all of these components of micronutrients and that we need. Fantastic. This is wild mackerel. And similarly, this is in extra virgin olive oil. This one is in water, so you can take your pick. 21 grams of protein, a little bit less of the EPA and DHA, but read the labels. Get used to seeing what you could be getting. The body is synergistic. It likes to get its nutrients from food because it knows what to do, rather than just taking a pill where it's just one component. All right. So we're going to be putting in here crunchiness, really amazing, adding in good fats. We're going to be adding in avocado instead of mayonnaise. Mayonnaise, in my opinion, is processed food. Even if it's made with avocado oil, it's still processed. We're putting in celery, chopped up celery, and I even have some of the leaves in here. So this is where you want to use the inside of that celery. I have some ready over here. I'm going to be juicing some celery. Other great additions are some chopped up daikon radish and regular radish. So radishes play a really big part of communicating with the liver to give it the nutrients it needs to do the jobs. It does thousands of jobs in the body, and it needs to be really, really strong. Red onions. I like to eat red onions raw. I cook with the sweet and the yellow, but red onions I'll put in salads and other things. Raw, because of these red, the antioxidants really, really high, and the sulfur component that you're going to get in onions and scallions. We are putting in scallions as well for herbs. Now you could add dill to this as well. We're going to add some green onion here. And we're going to put in some chopped up cilantro. I'm fresh out of parsley. You could add that too. So I have a plate all ready to go. This is chopped up arugula. Arugula is from the cruciferous family. We know that the cruciferous foods are amazing for the liver, dialing up that the glucosinolates, the sulforaphanes, the stuff that your liver needs to do its job, to make bile, to help to clean up and do that recovery and repair at night when we are sleeping. And of course, we have an avocado cut up. So first of all, I'm just going to juice this lemon. We're going to need a whole lemon here. And we'll get this put to the side. If you haven't, this is the only juicer for lemons that I use because it works so, so well. The Jolie brand from Italy. You can find it anywhere. And if you can't, then just go on to Amazon. That's what it looks like. Okay. So let's get the sardines in here. I'm not doing the mackerel. I just had those out. It's been a while since I had sardines. I'm not really I'm more plant-based myself. And so I'm not a big, huge meat person. So I'm going to drain out the water. And then we've got some nice, so I used to eat sardines with my dad when we were little. We cut them up, we put lemon juice on them and put them on sardine crackers. So that's what you did in the 60s when I was a young girl. Of course, we were also eating Slim Jims, not the best. We didn't always know everything back then, of course. Okay, so the sardines are in the bowl. All you need is one bowl for all of this. I'm going to give the sardines a little bit of chopping up here. I'm going to add the lemon to them. Cut all that fishy taste. Of course, it's fish. It's going to smell a little like fish. So EPA and DHA are the animal sources of omega-3s, whereas flaxseed has that ALA component. Now that's going to take some cofactors in the body to actually convert that to DHA and EPA. But those cofactors, if you are nutrient dense and eating plenty of greens and everything, that's going to be fine. So now we're just going to add in the celery, onion, add it. I'm even going to add in some capers, make that a little bit fun, right? So it's almost like a pickle here. A little bit of a tanginess. You could also add some hot sauce to this. You could add in some chopped up serrano peppers or a little bit of heat. That's great. Let's also get some of these green onions chopped up in here. Some nice amount. It's always nice to have your herbs. I keep them in jars in the refrigerator so I can see them, so I can get to them, so they stay nice and fresh. Let's get some cilantro chopped up and added in. And then we're just going to press it into a little mini springform pan. This could not be easier. And then it's going to look spectacular. Okay. So looks way more fancy than just putting them on crackers. Although if you want to just put them on crackers, that's fine. I just don't support saltines. I would put them on a seeded cracker. I'm going to show you the ones that I use. We have a lady in Naples, Florida. I love her seeded crackers. There's Ella's Flats here. I like the everything brand. And basically, when you look at the total carbs, it's 5 grams, 4 grams of protein. I mean, of fiber. Plus, there is a lot of protein, 7 grams of protein. So you're getting a cracker that is jacked up and it's not loaded with carbs. So you can maintain that lower carb lifestyle and just a lot healthier on your body. So we got one bowl here. We're just going to mix this all up. I'm using the back of the fork to kind of mash this together. It smells really amazing with all of these veggies in here. So you'll hardly notice that there are sardines in here. Now this is enough for 2 of these springform pans. We're just going to do one. So we'll scoop in some here. And we're going to press it into the pan. Nice and firm. And then we'll release it onto the plate. Now this rest of this you can just put on top of a salad. Okay, so let's use the back of this to squish this down. So the springform pan will keep it nice and firm. Now let's get, this video is going to be super short because this is super easy. All right, so now let's just take this off. I'm going to leave the bottom part on this. Tasty, guys, super tasty. Let's just get some cracked black pepper on that. That'll be really awesome. I've got some butternut squash over here. We're having our Friendsgiving tonight, and I'm doing a maple ginger glazed acorn squash, one of my faves. Okay, in no time, you have a delicious sardine poke loaded with inflammation reducing, brain enhancing, heart enhancing nutrients, those EPA and DHA omega 3s, right? But just way tastier than chucking down some oil. Now look at these Ella Flats. These are amazing. So we will just put some on the side here, and you can just use a fork to put them onto the crackers with a little bit more of the lemons. But this makes just an incredible, super fast, nutrient dense appetizer meal. All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in to my kitchen today. And if you're new and you like what I'm doing, give me a thumbs up. This is a lot of work to plan these and to roll them out, but you know it's my passion to educate and to just show people what you can do with real food, stay vibrant and healthy. And, you know, this is muscle mass at 61. I mean, you know, it is energy that food helps you to have. No drugs, energy, food is medicine. It's fantastic. So thanks for tuning in today to KK's Big Kitchen, and have an amazing day.